and then film her.
No,
Hey guys, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. I might. We're talking to Susan today. And do you want a video, Winifred? If they ask questions specifically, we want Susan to tell us about Seagrove in general. And the viewers have asked many questions about where the pottery comes from. Where's the clay come from? And we have Bobbie here again, sweet lady at Thompson Pottery. And I keep saying Thompson, I'm so sorry, Thomas. And in Seagrove, North Carolina. And this lady is a plethora of knowledge when it comes to this from DK.
I'm a communications.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let you just take over.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I do PR for the Heart of North Carolina Visitors Bureau, and that covers all of Randolph County. And I love pottery. So pushing Seagrove, I'm a big pottery pusher, as now you know so well. But what makes Seagrove?
I see why though. I do see why.
I think that when we do things with our hands, it's a way of communicating with the holy. And anyway, so I just love that. And the people here just have such a creative spirit.
They do.
And it goes back so far. So back in the day, and I learned most of this from the people at the North Carolina Pottery Center, if you're coming through, it's right at that intersection in downtown Seagrove. Seagrove's just really
Is that the place I went to initially?
Right.
Okay, perfect.
And so, no, we haven't been inside the Pottery Center yet.
Oh, okay,
but,
sorry.
And it tells the story of all the pottery across North Carolina.
Wow.
But Seagrove's a big part of that because there were a lot of people who farmed here and they had to make their own pottery just to live, you know, to put
along with their garden and everything.
Exactly.
You know what? That's the farm wife life.
It is. You are so right about that, Lisa. And so there were also some big veins of clay here. And so a lot of people, you know, utilized that. They dug their own clay. Now, there are still some potters here. They'll go in with a backhoe and dig their clay over in their neighbors or their own backyard or whatever.
I'm going to ask my husband to do that for me. I'm not kidding.
Well, who knows? Who knows? And then but a lot of our potters, because it's so much work, you know, get their clay from Star Works. David said that they get theirs out of Ohio. And there's all kinds of ways that clay comes. But what's so interesting about this little neck of the woods is that we have about 100 working potters in about a 15-mile radius of downtown Seagrove. Now, that's our apprentices, that's, you know, all kinds of potters. And then around 50 shops like this, like Thomas, where you can walk in and buy things, or, you know, galleries, like the one you went, Seagrove Pottery, there right at the intersection.
And it was just a good combination to see what the area offers. If you start there, it will give you an idea of where's your style at, where you want to visit. But honestly, Susan, I found a style in every single one that was conducive for my kitchen because it's so eclectic.
Yeah.
Very eclectic.
Well, and I studied your videos, and I'm like, she'll like this person.
Yeah, and I don't do fancy china. So I love a story.
That's me.
I
know
love
so many stories, so many good stories. And so, so that's kind of where Seagrove got started. And then what kind of kept Seagrove, because after Corning and glassware
I remember that
took off, a lot of potters, you know, quit turning because there wasn't the demand. Everybody wanted to be new and trendy.
Right.
And there were some collectors, the Busbys, out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and they saw some beautiful pottery here that they loved, and they were like, we have got to keep this tradition alive. Story goes on, they decided to open a tea room in New York City.
Wow.
And they opened this tea room, and they started Jugtown pottery here.
I have a piece of Jugtown.
And a lot of people
My
do.
dog treats go in at the back door.
And so, and Jugtown is still open here on that same site today. And they hired a Mr. Owens, and then they hired some of his brothers. And when the Owens family is still turning here, Ben Owen III is a very famous and well-known potter. If you ever watch PBS and their fundraising on UNC TV, Ben's always in there on that. And his pottery's been in a lot of places. But we have many potters here whose work has been in exhibitions at the Smithsonian and in major galleries all over the country. And a lot of our people have studied at some of the finest,
They
ceramic universities.
And
then here in North Carolina, too.
Yes.
We've got some amazing pottery programs. Even at the community college here, even. So, in Randolph County. So, anyway, so that's how Seagrove got to, that's how it survived. And then, of course, we're sort of close, about 45 minutes, Pinehurst. And so, people would go golf, and then people who didn't like to golf, they'd
would
come
come
shop
to the
for
potteries,
pottery.
I bet so.
And then here in Randolph County, so many people come to our amazing North Carolina Zoo.
Yes.
It's the largest natural habitat zoo in the world.
Yes.
And their biologists and zoologists work all over the world to help save species. So every time you buy that $15 base ticket at the zoo, a little bit of that goes to help save species. I tell some people, you'll like this, Lisa, that going to the zoo will make you a better human.
Well, I told Wendy we might need to visit our family on the way home. We got some members down there.
That's
Saying.
So if you're going to come to the zoo, or if you're going to, now I don't think you can really hit enough potters in one day. I think you ought to spend the night.
Well, and I agree with you because there's so much to take in, the visual, and then the feel, and then the warmth of the potter themselves, because they're walking around the gallery usually, and they answer questions, and oh, let me show you this. Like Wendy got that little turtle thing here, that upside down turtle. She'll never forget that. We'll be eating M&Ms out of that thing.
I love it. I love it. And then
olives.
I like. Did you tell them that recipe?
Honey, we've done it before.
Oh, that's perfect.
Wendy does the olives that you pour the juice off of the thing, all of the juice out, and then you fill it with hot sauce and put it in a pottery bowl from North Carolina.
I marinate the olives overnight.
They're delicious like
I'm
that.
trying that.
They really
I
are.
love that.
They're
I love
delicious.
that.
Susan, can I, will you tell the viewers about your Southern Living as well? Your
Oh,
experience?
yeah. In my previous life, I was at Southern Living. I was started out as a food editor and worked my way up to executive food editor. I spent almost 18 years there, if you can believe it. It was a little interruption while I had my babies. And but I loved it. And they're still doing such great work even
I
now.
love their publications. Love them.
Well, it's like you. It's positive. They're the good news bears.
It is, and it also has always made me create a bucket list of, oh, I want to go there. I want to go there, because they write about places in North Carolina. I love that. Our state magazine does.
Yeah, I love all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. And so I was going to tell you, if you need more information, heartofnorthcarolina.com, because we're in the heart of the state. We're an hour and a half from Raleigh, hour and a half from Charlotte, just different directions.
And they're about, what, 2 hours from the South Carolina coast? Yeah.
Because you came through on your way
I
to Myrtle
did.
Beach.
I needed a break. And my viewers know I have back trouble, and I have to stop along the way and just walk around. It's not real good for my pocketbook usually. But I was so impressed with how nice Keith and I can't remember the girls, and they were so
That's
nice.
Seagrove Pottery.
And when I went in, I said, listen, I want to bring my viewers in on live, so I'm not crazy if I'm talking to myself back here. Even their bathroom was cute, okay?
We had cute bathrooms.
Yes, hers is adorable. It's got that little curtain thing and the fans going. Not the fan for the smell, but like the fan for this hot heat. Loved it. Anyway, I have had the best time.
Well, it has been my pleasure. I have enjoyed you so much. And sweet Winnie.
I know, and Winifred she just goes along with whatever. I just love it. And Bobbie, thank you so much for having us again, and your beautiful flowers.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you for coming. It's been really a lot of fun.
Yes. So if you have questions, please post them, because Janet from Another Planet's working really hard at home virtually, and she's putting up pins and this and that. And if you have questions, we're going to try to answer them. Thank you for following along. Cooking, Cutting Up, Keeping It Real. Heart of North Carolina. We're here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That's all.